At a café, the waiter brought 2 bowls of noodles. The client, glancing at him, warned her son that if he didn't study well, he would end up like that waiter. At that very moment, the news on TV announced something shocking. That very waiter had achieved the best results in the entire country on the college entrance exams. The client was stunned and couldn't believe what she heard, while the young man himself remained calm. 2 prestigious universities, Peking University and Harvard, offered him admission. Without hesitation, he chose Peking University. Holding the admission letter in his hands, the young man wanted more than anything to share the joyful news with the teacher who had raised him. But just then, he received a call from the teacher's daughter. She told him that her father had suffered a serious accident. The young man rushed to the hospital and found out that his teacher was suffering from ALS, an incurable disease. This teacher, who had once taken him in from the streets, treated him like a son, taught him to read, and became his second family. Out of concern for his teacher, the young man decided to give up university so he could earn money for his treatment. But when the teacher heard this, he was furious, scolded him harshly, and demanded that he continue his studies. The young man explained that his own family couldn't afford the tuition, and he also didn't want to deprive the teacher's daughter of her chance to study. The girl, deeply moved by his concern, assured him that she would wait for him at home until he succeeded. Before leaving, the young man swore that he would achieve great things to repay his mentor. 6 years passed, and during that time, there was no news from him. The teacher's health continued to decline, but the memory of his student remained alive in his heart. What the teacher didn't know was that all those years, his student had been working on developing a cure for ALS. He accomplished the impossible. He created a drug that made the disease treatable. This breakthrough earned him billions of dollars, but a confidentiality agreement prevented him from appearing in public. When the agreement finally expired, the young man decided it was time to return and repay his teacher. Around that time, the news reported on a new drug for ALS, but its price was $200,000. The teacher's daughter desperately tried to raise the money, but it wasn't enough. She decided to take her father to a reunion event with former students, hoping they would help. But when some wealthy alumni saw the teacher's condition, not only did they refuse to help, they mocked him. They said that at his age, he should give up on treatment and stop wasting resources. The daughter begged them to lend at least a little money, reminding them how much the teacher had done for each of them. But all she got in return was ridicule. Furious, she argued with them, but was thrown out of the event. At that moment, the young man appeared. He brought gifts and witnessed how badly his mentor and the daughter were being treated. Her eyes filled with tears. But then, the teacher's sister slapped him, accusing him of disappearing for 6 years and not helping his mentor in his hardest times. The young man tried to explain, but the wealthy alumni seized the chance to mock him even more. They said he only returned because he had become successful, and that before, he lacked the courage to show his face. One of them sneered that everyone present was a millionaire, and there was no place here for a mere waiter. The young man replied with a cold smile. He said he had worked tirelessly all these years for one reason only, to repay his teacher. Then he pulled out the ALS medicine. The entire hall froze, stunned by what they saw.